Lobsta Productions.
We are being hypnotized by people like this. Newsreaders, politicians, teachers, lecturers. We are in a country and in a world that is being run by unbelievably sick people. The chasm between what we're told is going on and what is really going on is absolutely enormous.
Oh yeah, dude. There's some Nephilim. It's like we all know what's going down, but no one's saying shit what happened to the home of the brave. These motherfuckers, they controlling us now, and no one's talking about how they made us fight and be slaves. And everybody's just walking around, head in the clouds, and won't awaken to a dead in the grave. But then it's too late, we need to be ready to raise up. Welcome to the end of days.
Everybody is slaves, only some are aware that the government releasing poison in their...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
No!
To another episode of
You
Nephilim
can't
Death
start
Squad.
the show like that.
I am David Lee Corbo, a.k.a. The Raven. That's Top Lobsta, the
Hi.
father of disinformation.
He did it again. It's crazy.
Before we get into today's guest,
Uh-huh.
we're going to go behind a paywall at the 30-minute mark, and you poor people aren't going to be able to watch anymore. But if you have money and you want to continue watching, patreon.com/Nephilim Death Squad is for you. You can go there, and you could watch, and you could prove to everybody that you're not a disgusting poor. Because I think you are.
Look at the numbers going up as you point. Maybe
right.
we should continue
I
to
don't
do
point
that.
at them.
Yeah.
Sign up at whatever tier you'd like. You'll gain early access to episodes when they drop, which we've got a nice healthy backlog again. We're working hard for you guys. Also, when Bohemian Grove tickets, when they drop, you're going to get first dibs on them. And who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that?
Put it away.
Who doesn't want that?
Put it away and
Let's get into our
the
guests. Guys, joining us today are Joe and Jen of Legit Back, and they will surely never return. So enjoy it while it lasts.
I don't know why he did that.
What?
It's fine.
Guys.
Hi, guys.
So happy to have you. Before we even get into any of the what just happened or what we're going to talk about, tell everybody where they can find you and what happens on your show.
Well, thanks for having us, first of all.
Yeah, thank you.
For the listeners, we've had just Raven on one time, I think, and we whiffed the last one with JT follows JC. So glad to be catching up with you guys. Good to meet you, Top, for the first time. I've listened to you guys several times, and your New York accents really grind my California gears, but that's a different story. I like how you started with...
I know.
You know what?
Yeah. I like how you started the show too. For the audio listeners, we started out looking down the barrel of a Glock. It looks like maybe.
Good call.
Yeah, that's what is it, X30.
Good call.
X34.
From California. It's a
X40
43. It's a
X43.
43X. So you shut your mouth. But
Hey, we're from
a
a different part of California that is not LA. It's far northern California, and I'm talking close to Oregon. So it's a lot more like
We live in the country. We live in it's like the Indiana of California
Yeah.
is the part of California we live in.
I just
People
gave you
like
guys 10 more
rodeos
points of
and
respect.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
I'm actually
rednecks.
originally from Boston, so your accents are just a little sound of home to me.
Oh, that's nice. Isn't that nice? We're offering comfort, maybe even nostalgia. One
I
might
also
say.
thought
Yeah,
that maybe
I love having it pointed at me with someone screaming in a New York accent. It's very nostalgic.
I could have sworn
Thank you.
a couple shows ago you promised to stop ripping on the pores, but I'm glad you brought it
asked
back.
him.
Well, a little inside baseball. I said that I was going to do that, and then several pores said, "No, please don't."
Oh, they did.
We
Yeah, they
love
actually
it.
said we like it when you, and they're probably also from Boston or something like that. You know, there's something about the East Coast sentiment where we like to be constantly reminded that we ain't
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, just trash.
Yeah, it's very New England and New York. You love to be degraded. Like you just love it.
Like if there was, those places where like masochism, not masochism. Yeah, masochism, I think is the actual terminology. It might be a word I made up, but where people will order like a lady of the night to berate them and hurt them. I would say that happens more. It happens more often Northeast.
Huh.
Yeah.
To answer your question, though, yeah, we're Legit Bat. Normally, we have my brother with us. I'm Joe, Jen, my wife. We've been doing a show for about 5 years. You can find us wherever you listen to shows. Also on YouTube for the 100 people that watch on there. That's about it, yeah. I think we still have merch, maybe.
Normally, we would have our co-host a year and a half ago. But normally it's just us now. Or sometimes even just Joe.
Oh, and I got to update the link tree too. We're no longer on Rockfin. We got the Sayonara from them for whatever reason. And,
What goes on Rockfin? Rockfin is such an enigmatic kind of operation. I see it and people go, maybe consider. Actually, you know who says that? Nobody. Nobody says Rockfin. It seemed that there was a time where they were very promising. And
what happened? How did they kicked you off?
I think they're just downsizing. I'm pretty sure that whole operation is run by a Tiny Hat or something, a Silverstein, if you get what I mean. I think they got tired of hosting all of our stupid videos that nobody watched anyway. So they're like, But they asked a lot of people. I don't know what the details of it, and we just one day logged in and I couldn't post anything. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's done.
That's interesting.
Right.
Dang, they didn't even tell you anything. They just blocked you off. Yeah, some people said that you should do that, and then I kind of looked into it, and it seemed overly complicated. You probably had to fill out something, and I said, nah, not for me. I simply can't figure that out, and so I guess I'm glad that I did. What is it that you guys do? Because I've been on your show, and it was a wonderful conversation. And if you look into, there's a huge cross pollination of interests, and even homies, right, in the conspiracy content space. But what is it that you guys focus on?
So that's much harder to dial in. It started out as just having kind of fireside conversations, but it was 2020, so it naturally progressed into my conspiratorial mindset, and we started having people like Charlie Robinson, David Icke, all these people that are kind of big names in this community, and started networking with all of them. So it ranges anywhere from like armchair philosophy to just straight up retardation. We have a special segment called Planet Retard Report where we just make fun of the dumbest news we can find. Haven't done that in a while. Sorry, everybody. We'll get back to it. But then it also goes into, people like Crow 777 and his work, videoing the sun. And it's just anything, really. We get people that I think are interesting, and we let them share their perspective. Whether I agree with them or not, doesn't really matter. We've had flat earthers on, people who are like totally anti-flat earth. It's all fine with us. We stay on the fence and let people talk. That's all it is.
That's kind of funny because you said that you've been doing this for 5 years, and as soon as like 2020 hits, it turns from fireside conversations, which I understand it's still the heart of what you do, but it takes a conspiratorial bent, right? And it's just like it just goes to show you how everybody, our ears kind of perked up, and we were like, what's happening?
What did you say?
What's going on right now? Why is this happening? And then the news is telling us one thing, and we're going, no, I don't think so. I think I'm going to go talk to some schizophrenics about it.
Yeah,
because
it's more like commentary on all the stupidity that goes on. That would probably be more accurate. Just commenting every week on the newest stupid that happened. Yeah. And what's weird is you said it takes a conspiratorial bent, but I think not everybody, but a way larger number of people nowadays are taking that bent kind of by accident because it's so obvious and everything's so retarded and that you can't help but be like, this is dumb. And then you get called a conspiracy theorist, which is not so, it doesn't hurt my feelings, I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, it came full circle. I think it's cool to be a conspiracy theorist now in the news.
It's cool to be too, and I welcome all slurs. If you're a homophobic, misogynistic, white nationalist, which is I'm none of those, but that's fine. I'm not going to change your mind. So go ahead, call me all of them. I like it. One to add to the list.
I'm ethnically ambiguous, and so I know that when the race war comes, the whites will not claim me, which is actually why I've been backing away. It's not because I'm having my sensibilities realigned. It's more so that I'm looking at the writing on the wall, and I go, when they start getting in the pickup trucks and they said, we've had enough. We've had enough. She does have good genes, right? When they say that, they're not gonna look at me. They're definitely not gonna look at you and go like, "Come on over, guys."
Yeah.
And so we're the Nick Fuenteses of the world. Even though Nick Fuentes is Mexican, I think he's Mexican.
I thought he was.
Yeah, he's Mexican,
which
is fine. Look, I enjoy
double threat.
He is a double threat, and he's also he's a triple threat.
I enjoy Nick. I just don't.
I do enjoy him. He's a wonderful speaker.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know what he's about.
Well, whatever he's about, he's about to lead a race war, which is interesting because he's Mexican, but he is passing. And my point is, I'm not so passing. especially out here in the Florida heat. In these months, I tend to get a little bit darker. And so depending on when the race war pops off, I'm just saying they're not going to be in alignment with me.
I was kind of wondering what flavor of white you were. I would say you're white, both of you, but you definitely have some non-white in you.
He's
which,
white. You think he's white?
Oh damn, yeah. You
That's
gotta check
crazy.
your eyes, dog. I'm like, I don't know.
Disgusting.
Italian?
No,
Italians aren't even
Italians
white.
are technically, aren't they?
Well, Sicilians. Are
Italians hate being called white. That's for what I heard.
Yeah. I mean, I like to look at myself more as, you talk about claiming names, right? Conspiracy theorist is one of those names which I think we've taken back, and it's to Jen's point, it's cool to be a conspiracy theorist. I myself identify as a bioweapon, which I am the result of, because right now the atmosphere is such that like race mixing is bad. That's back. It's back in style, and then other ethnicities are looked to be weaponized against America by the. And so if that's the case, my mother being white, my father being Hispanic, and then also I have like some black in there and stuff, I am a bioweapon. I'm like Frankenstein.
You're
like
a
I'm
mutt.
the one that got away and then turned on
if
it.
the conspiracies are to be believed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that I'm like Frankenstein.
Hey, mutts are always the best kinds of animals. A half Asian, half black. I mean, those people are great looking. Like, who's a good example of that?
Half black, half Asian.
Oreo.
That's what they're called. Everyone calls them that.
Yeah, Blasians. That's actually what that
Yeah.
was what they were.
Isn't Tila Tequila that? I'm not
Tila Tequila is a schizophrenic.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. No, I'm thinking about it for different reasons.
Have you guys heard about Tila Tequila having?
shapeshifted?
Well, she had sexual relations with a dragon. Are you guys aware?
I was not. Please
No,
do tell.
not just that.
This is a blast from what, early 2000s? When the was she relevant?
When was Tila Tequila? I mean,
Well-
she was big in the MySpace era.
Yeah, she's relevant right now because we're talking about
Hell
her.
yeah, dude. She's always relevant.
She was. Well, there's a story about Billy Corgan that he was. You didn't hear about this?
Oh,
yeah.
I did hear that interview where he said someone shapeshifted in front of him, but he doesn't say who it is.
It was Tila Tequila.
How do you know that? You don't know Billy Corgan.
I got the inside.
Billy
scoop.
Corgan's
Yeah,
a mannequin.
Why is he lying to us?
So basically, yeah, he was saying that like when at the climax, she shapeshifted, or at least like the form that she was presenting.
Who climaxed?
Receded. I guess everybody did. I don't know.
Did she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what he said.
That's what he would
said.
say.
That's what he would say.
Yeah.
So this could all be a lie.
Yeah.
But that's the story that she did. Like at the time of climax, her whatever kind of like replication device she's using to cloak her face.
Hold on. How did you get that it was?
Back.
How did you get that it was Tila Tequila?
I made it up.
Oh, you
No,
come
no, no.
on,
I'm dead
man.
serious. I've heard it from somebody. I heard it from. I think didn't Izzy Griffin tell us that?
I'll put it on Izzy.
Yeah,
comfortable with that.
somebody definitely told us. Maybe he was taking a piss break.
Yeah.
But this information was imparted on us, on me at least, and I'm re-disseminating it. Yeah. So at the point of climax,
He told you this in confidentiality.
this is when the I don't know how these lizard masks work, but it seems like holographic almost. But
Yeah.
it recedes back, and it shows her true lizard visage.
Yeah.
And then comes back, but only for like a split second. Is what.
What do
Billy
you guys
Corgan
think
said.
about that?
Yeah, where you at with that?
I think
huh?
so. They were first of all very sober, right? No drugs involved. They were on
there's
nothing.
probably- there's
No,
probably
I think they
tons
were
of
probably
drugs.
No
Billy Corgan
hallucinogenics
doesn't-
were involved in this. Okay.
Correct. So I
Uh,
mean,
Real quick side note: apparently, your guys' mics are lower than ours, and that I know how that
that's
sounds.
okay. Don't read what they say because
Oh, okay, I'll turn it off.
They're
Turn the chat
terrible
off.
people, and yeah, you got to turn our.
They're
stuff
pores.
off. There you go. They're. Well, actually, those are. I don't know. It's a mixed bunch right now. We'll kick out the pores eventually.
As I told you guys before the show, no matter what we do, it's like yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Like
it's StreamYard.
yeah.
It
But
doesn't matter.
we're gonna chug along through anyway. So yeah, I don't know. Are you guys actually? Because you said you've interviewed David Icke, but
Where are you at on Shapeshifters?
the shapeshifters, lizard people stuff is kind of like it's sometimes it's a bridge too far for people.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of it. It's fun. Like we talked about before the show, a lot of these things are just fun to talk about, and people get so butthurt when they're like, "Oh, you had this guy on. Obviously, you're crazy or you're a shill or what, all the names that you get called." But as far as actual shape shifting, I don't know what to think of it. I mean, it goes back a long way. If you want to bring up Skinwalker, tradition,
Jinn?
the legends
I
of all
don't
that
think
stuff.
it's necessarily not something that's possible. I'm just saying Billy Corgan was probably super up. I don't know if Tila Tequila is really a lizard person, but I wouldn't say that it's an impossibility that is.
No, but what I'm talking about is like the videos that come across and news reporters, and they freeze frame it and it looks like a lizard eye pupil or whatever. That's the ones where I'm like, okay, well, it's
those
digital cameras. Like I don't know.
It's relics, right? Like artifacting, I think is what they call
Artifacts,
it.
yeah.
Well, I heard a really interesting story. We were invited to an outing in Utah called Moon Lake, and at Moon Lake, it's a Skinwalker Ranch adjacent property. And so we were invited, a bunch of creators were invited, and we were going to go out there and we just see what happens, have a big creator thing. They're probably going to have sex with us or something, but that's not what they put in the flyer. I'm just sure that's what was going to happen. So initially, I had a correspondence with them. I said, where, when, give me the details. And then he and I went back and forth on it for a while. I said, I don't know. It was kind of short notice. Would have been the 12th, actually. So 2 days ago. And lo and behold, the entire event was canceled. It was canceled because they often go out there with a Geiger counter because there seems to be random, unpredictable spikes of radioactive, activity, whatever. Radioactivity. There's a lot of radioactive. Right. It gets bad.
Stop looking at me for like.
Can you help me with my words?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Those are your words.
So radioactivity, and so I'm listening to this guy talk about it. He shows up on Tinfoil Hat, Sam Tripoli's podcast, and he told the wildest story about his part because they bought the location because of its high strangeness. One day, some wolves show up on the property, and they won't budge. They're making eye contact. It's weird. One thing leads to another, and his partner, and I'm not insinuating
his caretaker, the guy that maintains the land for him,
the guy that takes care of him. The
guy that
he does it with black.
Whatever, go ahead.
So
I'll say they're.
So he's like, man, the wolves, and then what happens is, I think they track. Because they're like, where did these wolves come from? There's not supposed to be wolves in the area.
Yeah, the wolves aren't backing down. They had like high caliber guns, like shotguns, 12 gauge.
When they
larger guns, 5.56. And
he said they walked away.
Yeah, they shot them. These wolves didn't move, and then when they kind of like approached them, then finally they just left, but like not in a real hurry.
Well, he said that he actually he them, and these things were like, I guess we're not welcome here.
Yeah.
And they left.
Was that the Ryan Burns story? Was that?
I believe
it
is the Ryan Burns story.
Yeah.
Because then the next day there was like 4 or 5 dudes that were found in the woods or something.
They were found in their trailers, and they live separately from one another. But there's no signs of bullets in the house. There's no gun. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing to trace down to these people being in their home.
It's not even blood.
And there's no blood, and their doors are locked.
Yeah.
So their doors are locked. There's no blood. There's no traces of a weapon, any of that crap. But these Native American dudes are dead. And so the implications of that are that they're skinwalkers, right? We're talking Native American witch doctors. By the way, a lot of pelts found in their homes. Even pelts of animals that it's illegal to poach. You can't kill them. Obviously, it's not like these Native American guys had tags for any of these animals at all, but some of them were considerably more illegal to have. So there's all kinds of bones, basically all these signs of witchcraft. And there's absolutely no other explanation to it.
If I remember right, isn't it like right on the border of Skinwalker Ranch too? It's in that same area because Ryan Burns, he goes down there a lot because I think he actually owns the property. And Chris Matthew from Forbidden Knowledge News. Are you familiar with him?
I know Dave Matthews. Yeah. Of course, we know Chris. Yeah. He's coming on the show
tomorrow.
Yeah, he's coming on tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Tell him we said what's up. Awesome. He got to go down there with him and kind of get a lay of the land too, and it's bizarre that goes on down there. And I'm starting to think more and more because there has been I think Ryan actually talks about this too, but it's like openly military testing for technologies or something like that, and that's why there's so much weird. But it could also be a combination of that and legitimate paranormal or like skinwalker type stuff going on. So who knows? I don't think we're gonna ever get answers about this stuff. It's just here's some wild we saw, and then we all talk about it, and then we forget about it.
If we ever get answers, it just won't matter. They'll be like, okay, here's the truth.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it. You're dead in like 5 minutes or
Would
whatever.
you guys,
Captured.
If you were invited, would you go?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I would
What
like
if there
to be
was some
strapped.
insinuation that there was going to be? Because it wasn't in the fine print or anything, but it was like sex was implied.
Oh.
I think it was implied.
That's actually a huge concern.
Yeah.
We were talking to Trey Hudson of the Meadow Project, and they have a high strangeness plot of land as well.
Oh yeah.
Long story short, they had a bizarre event take place on the property, and when they went to go investigate the location where it had happened, number one, obviously, radioactive traces on the Geiger counter, but then two of the individuals died.
Wow.
Not in that moment. That sounded like
And
they
I
died.
think it was or something too. Yeah.
Did they have orbs? Did they see orbs? Because we were hearing about some certain color of orb that's been seen on properties. It gives, or was it blue orbs or something that would fly all around this property, and then it would test super high on the Geiger counter, and people all over got.
There was a story about orbs, but I don't think he mentioned a color. The orbs were following some people that were on the property, specifically at the meadow. But at this place, there was a 30 by 30 giant cube floating, I don't know, something like 6 inches above the ground.
No big deal.
No big deal. And the people walked in it. They were only able to see it with
Thermo imaging.
yeah, with
Thermal, not thermo.
thermal imaging. So the people actually walk into the meadow, they disappear within the cube. And the two that went in deeper, that actually go in the thermal imaging, you see them disappear. And when they come out, those two have ended up dead. I will say, one of the guys was older, an older man.
Yeah.
The other guy was middle-aged, died of. It's
But
the Meadow Project was where that dude teleported too, right? They were watching him on his GPS, I think, and he just kind of zipped from one area to the other, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "Dude,
I don't know
you
about
just
that.
teleported."
I know that Trey basically crossed a creek and was geographically in a different location.
Well, he was on the radio to one of the women on his team, and he was saying that he's like, I found a meadow that's right across this creek. I can't believe we haven't been surveilling this. Like, get over here now. Let's start looking this thing up. And I think she finds him, and she's like, hey, like, you're in the meadow. You're in the same spot. And he realized that, like, as he crossed the creek, he's been turned around. And
then
looking.
he said that it, like, what he was looking at almost dissolved into what he was familiar with.
Yeah. Then it's like his vision dissolves. He becomes disoriented, and he realizes that he has just basically, like, he's crossed this small stream, but in reality, he's exactly where he was before he crossed the stream, looking at the same place that they've been looking at for, since 2016. And it's just like, wow, what happened there? Was there like a portal where you teleported into one spot and then turned around right back? No explanation.
Yeah, I love those kinds of stories and the time slips. Is it Jenny Randall's that did all that, the time slip stuff? But anyway,
I love time slip stuff.
those stories are fun as where you're walking down a road and all of a sudden there's a diner and you go in there and eat and pay, and then you go back the next day and there's just nothing there.
Well, they're
There's
fun
so many
unless
of
there's
those
aliens
stories.
involved, like an abduction where there's missing time, and that's what the time slip is.
Those people also get alien abductee
Sometimes.
victims often will get. There's also traces of radioactivity. What's the word?
You're
I'm
really
looking-
having trouble with your words today, buddy.
It's there's
You'll figure it out.
traces of radioactive traces.
You got it.
There we go.
Hey.
At the location, let's dance. At the location.
Good job.
Who did that?
That was jarring. That was scary. I got scared.
That was the chat.
I thought it was a radio activity. So there's traces of man. You know what I'm saying? At the location, I really can't
Bad
stand
stuff.
that word right now. That stuff.
Bad stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they seem like markers of high strangeness. Whenever you get this,
Radiation.
high levels of radiation. I'm letting you suffer, dude. high levels of radiation seem like markers of high strangeness, whether it's happening currently or it just has happened. So it's
Right. Is
kind
it
of
so? Is
interesting
it
to
the
denote.
high strangeness that causes it, or is it the radiation that causes the high strangeness?
Dude, is it the chicken or
Chicken
the
or
egg?
egg?
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. It seems to be, I would say it's probably a byproduct of a thing, because sometimes they'll, you know why? Because Trey Hudson was saying it's not predictable. The spikes are random. So it's like a location may not be inundated by radiation.
Wow.
But then suddenly it will be. Suddenly there will be a spike, you know, and it's unpredictable. So, you know, that Moon Lake thing got canceled. It wasn't always too radiated to be around. I'm really loving that word now. It wasn't always that way. But it suddenly became that way, and it was like it's unsafe, and so they had to cancel the entire event.
Yeah.
Which is like, man, like I want to be the type of person that goes out into these places and explores them. I don't want to be the type of person that gets colon.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get it anyway. If you're breathing our air and drinking water and eating organic food, you're probably going to get butt anyway. I mean, it just seems to be in vogue right now is to get asked.
Do you guys come with us to go to a place?
We'd love to. Are you paying or what?
Well, I mean,
What place are you trying to go? We live by Mount Shasta. That's another kind of high strangeness area.
we've been invited. Let's go.
Well, I haven't heard of that. What goes on there?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. You got the crackpots over here that are really into Lemuria and the tall Nordics and that live inside of Mount Shasta or something.
Well, there's a
all
huge amount
kinds
of people
stories.
who've gone hiking on Mount Shasta and legitimately disappeared and have
Bigfoot,
never been found.
We're very close to the PNW, so it's a Bigfoot area, and but Mount Shasta in particular, there's a lot of high strangeness that comes out of there.
I would like
Never
to
seen
go
it myself.
have you like gone hiking on?
Not
The
hiking.
Shasta
I've
Mountain?
We've
snowboarded.
snowboarded on it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you didn't get asked.
Not yet. Not that I know
Then
of.
we came back.
disappointing.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
I'm
I
looking
don't know
forward
why
to my
I hear
turn.
that. I hear that people go missing in a place, and I go, I really want to know. Like,
yeah,
I want
he's
to go
like, I
there.
want to go there.
I would like to go there and see what's going on.
It's
Like the
interesting.
missing
have
411 stuff.
You know, we've been looking at something that is completely incredible, and I mean that in the most literal sense. Like there's no credibility to it. This idea that they are fining people $28,000 in the Canadian wilderness because
Oh no, there's credibility to that. They're doing.
they're
that.
doing that, but then and there's we've talked about it on the show before. There's a conventional explanation. The wildfires are pretty bad. They seem to be pretty bad every year. They seem to also be set by crackheads. But that's neither here nor there.
Or the government.
And the government, but that's a redundancy. So most of the government's addicted to crack. But they're saying it's because of the wildfires. You can't go into the forest, until this dry season passes or October gets here, whichever one happens first. But other people have other explanations, which is that these deep underground military bases are filled with chimeric monstrosities, and that they previously had a feeding program going on, but that feeding program has lost funding, and it's also lost its sourcing. So they're no longer having, I don't know, maybe people getting trafficked in these underground tunnels. Maybe that stopped in 2020. There's a lot of people that think that. And so it's been, scarce. The food has been scarce in the dumbs for some time. And now what is surfacing is creatures from the depths.
They're
So they
probably
say.
experiment or cloning. That's another thing we like to talk about a lot too. Where do you guys stand on cloning? Is it happening? I think it's been happening for a long time.
Do you guys know Donald Marshall?
I don't know, Donald. Who's that?
You guys never heard of Donald Marshall? Okay. So Donald Marshall is this character. Maybe some of the chat might be aware of him. Shout out to the chat if you know who Donald Marshall is. I've invited him on the show, but he's currently being tortured in an underground cloning facility, or at least one of his clones is. And that seems to really put a hindrance on his ability to do podcasts. But the guy he's one of these guys that has a lot of information where you're listening to him cook and you go like, man, this guy knows some, like he's tapped into a sci-fi stream of consciousness. And, but he basically says like there is an unbelievably vast cloning operation that takes place underground. And if that was, then they would have endless stuff to feed these chimeric creatures. So, somebody's lying somewhere. And that, you imagine a lot of this probably came from like 23andMe, Ancestry.com, not good. And that the elites go to these subterranean locations and they torture and abuse, do all the horrific things that we suspect that they do, but they do them to clones. So no harm, no foul. Which I don't know about you guys, but I don't care what they do to my clone.
Isn't that like the island?
That's like the concept of Westworld. That reminds me of Westworld. Where they just
this guy
torture robots.
He just described the premise of Westworld to you, and you believed him, huh?
Well, no, I didn't believe him at all, actually. And I believe a lot of foolish things. But I asked him to come on the show, and he declined it, which is very similar to the other guy that said the chimeric creations were escaping from the deep underground military bases. And I said, come on the show, let's talk about it.
I think there's a little bit of there's a salt of truth to a lot of these things.
There's
right?
an element, sure. I think so.
Yeah. So with the cloning thing, we got into Raelianism, and whatever that is. It's this interesting mix of a religion, of a cult, of science. So that guy, is his name Rael or?
I think that's like his last name. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. He developed a religion, and the logo is the swastika inside of the Star of David. Have you seen that?
I have not. I could have AI create one for me.
I actually have it tattooed on my chest.
Yeah. No, I mean, you can
Let's
just
see
look up. It's called the Raelian logo. I'll pull it up in a minute. And it's funny. Kanye West actually posted that when he was doing a lot of J posting on.
I might
X.
have. Yeah, I think I might have seen that a la Kanye, but yeah.
Right.
Or Ye,
Yeah.
sorry.
So that's not just an offensive symbol that he was trying to, poke people with. That is a logo for the Raelian cult, and they worship the Elohim. Are you guys familiar with that term? Right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like, the angels, the heavenly bodies. It's like God is an Elohim, and then there's a pyramid structure of the power structure of what
You got to
these
get
entities
Paul
are.
Wallace on. Look up that dude, Paul Anthony Wallace.
Paul Wall?
He did the Escaping Eden, Scars of Eden. He wrote a couple books, and we had him on a couple months ago. And that dude is interesting. He goes deep into all these different Hebrew names, El Shaddai and Elohim, and he thinks that basically it was a heavenly council that created. It leans towards Gnosticism, kind of. It's kind of in that vein, but the way he breaks it down is pretty interesting.
You said Paul Anthony Wallace?
Explain
Yeah.
that. He believes that a heavenly council made us.
I mean, it seems that way, right? It's like...
Well,
I
Elohim
think
is
even-
plural, so
Yeah.
he was like Elohim is plural, so there must have been more. And he said that there's the way that the God is described in the Old Testament and New Testament is completely different, and it might be a different being that.
Well, Ed Mabry kind
Was
of
acting.
said that. He was like, it seems like, because there's a lot of times throughout the Bible where God will seek the counsel of the things that he's created. And so it seems like there is a head Elohim being a terminology for a high-ranking spiritual entity, and that there are the angels, which are also Elohim. That's why you have God, big G God, and then you have the lowercase g gods, and that he sought their counsel, like, let us make them in our image. He was like, it seems multiple times throughout the Bible, God's like, what do you think we should do? So I don't know if I have to do the leap to it's a different God, because that opens the door to like it's the demiurge, and I'm like, I don't know if so far what I'm learning, everything seems to track, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah. So what is this?
You guys
guy's
would get
theory?
a kick out of this guy. It's hard to kind of he doesn't really know himself. Like he's just kind of and he used to be a pastor too. This is the odd thing. So he was just breaking down the first couple verses of Genesis, and that's a lot of what he does, and he has several books on it, and he does go further into Genesis 6 and the Nephilim and things like that, but from what I can gather, it's been a while since I read his book, but he's on the idea that the Elohim are a group of entities. They had a disagreement as to how they should proceed with men. I don't know if he thinks that we actually existed before the Adam and Eve story, or that the Adam and Eve was the beginning of the current, genetic mutation or DNA manipulation, and here we are now. It's something to that effect. You guys would get an absolute kick out of having this guy on, especially with a name like your guys's, which I forgot to tell you is a great name for a show.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you. David made it up. Yeah.
It's maybe one of the few things that we've done right.
Probably the only thing we've done. This show sucks.
That and the
But
camera
name's
angles. We
good.
did a lot of camera angles, and that's really good. And I think
Yeah, I like that. The side angle. Yep.
Thank you very much.
So
No,
anyway,
but, yeah, reach out to him because you'll get a lot more asking your own questions of him than my stupid brain can remember from a couple months ago. So
Sure. The idea of the Raelian cult is that they are doing this. They're doing regular cult stuff, so they're going to bang your wife. They're also going to worship the Elohim. They have songs about the angels, and specifically, it's like UFO type thing. But they're also they're right on that the aliens are fallen or whatever kind of
Yeah,
entities.
they're not like
just-
super cool space homies from galaxies far, far away who are
Yeah, they're like-
interested in our development here.
Here
they
for
seem to
love
be
and
pretty
light.
aware. They're aware that they're interdimensional beings. But underneath all of that, it's like this weird cult in the front, and then the back, like I guess what funds it is a cloning company. And I forget the name of their cloning company, but they're just
Cult in the front, cloning company in the back. It's a like the mullet
Exactly.
of cults.
yeah, it's like coffee shop in the front, Christian library in the back, but they're doing it way crazier. And they get into a lot of legal trouble, but they're cloning people. They're trying to clone people. And then when the government starts to investigate, it always comes up like kind of fugazi. And this is what like draws him out of the United States. And now I think he's in Africa. He's doing well in Africa.
yeah.
There's still a lot of members.
But one of the points that you made was like Kanye posts that symbol. Now, obviously, that symbol is associated with Elohim. and
Kanye
it's-
also posted like hardcore pornography.
Right.
He also said like crazy stuff.
he does cool things.
He does cool stuff.
Right.
I mean, he's like, to my cousin, all this stuff.
is off my cousin.
that
He's
one
allowed to-
song NHH.
That's a great one. We
It's
sang that at Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, we did.
We did. We sang that at Bohemian Grove. Anyway, so
He gets a lot. He gets away with a lot,
He
but
does, he
not this one at the
Well,
time.
Elon got very upset about that. To your point, and he banned him. But then Elon seems to be also like doing what's it called IVF births, right? And then he's linked up with Trump, and Trump is like, we're going to dedicate millions and millions of dollars to an IVF program. And I'm like, I think this is all. Yeah,
It's funny you bring up cloning because it's something that we do touch on, but I feel like it's way more important than most conspiracy theorists are talking about.
yeah.
I think it has.
It's
a
one of my
lot to do-
favorites.
What do you think? Do you think they're cloning the people?
Yeah, how deep are you in on it, dog?
Are you are you a clone?
I basically get all of my opinions from the internet. I don't have any original thoughts, so I just parrot misinformation. And no, my thoughts on it were
Is your
that
show called Nephilim Death Squad? That's so weird.
no, the father of misinformation is right over there. Disinformation.
That's right, there he
whatever.
is.
Hello.
No, so my point, what I said it several times a couple months ago, maybe on the show, but Dolly the lamb or the sheep, whatever. And
That was in the 90s, right?
in the 90, like 96, 97, I think, somewhere around there. But that, I think it's funny because that's the first time we were publicly told that it was successful. How many times did they try it on a lamb or whatever before that?
That's a good question.
For probably quite some time, because that seems like a technical process to clone something. If you don't think these motherfuckers are trying it on everything, including humans, I think that's a little
They're
naive.
100% doing it in China, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. That seems to, according to.
They don't give a shit about their people. So
And who
they're
can blame
obviously
them? Have
doing
you
it.
ever looked at a Chinese person?
Well, I mean, they openly brag. Whoa.
Sorry.
This is a Christian show.
I take it back. It is a silly thing to say. is
Okay.
All right.
It's all jokes, people. Calm down.
They brag about their the CRISPR program, which is a DNA editing program, and it's like people are like, at first when it came out, Alex Jones is yelling about it, and now I feel like we're quite comfortable with it. Like,
Yeah.
with the process of IVF, when they when they get your sperm and then they implant that into the egg and it develops into an embryo, goes through blastocysts and all that, they freeze it. They can actually look at your eggs and level them, give them grades, and then you can go further. Like, you can pay other companies to go in and look, and you can say, well, this specific egg has a genetic genetic predisposition to alcoholism or to being like to looking short and or whatever.
Hey.
It's like
What the?
that was unnecessary.
We should have cut the stream. We're at the 39-minute mark. And
This
you're-
thing
you're-
is on auto switching. I didn't do anything.
What'd you
Oh,
do?
the pores are getting free stuff. Shut it off immediately.
Guys,
gotta
if you
go.
want to continue watching this, you're going to have to go to patreon.com/Nephilim Death Squad and sign up. If you don't want to sign up, why are you doing this? I wasn't going to sit like this if I knew you were going to use this camera angle. Okay, can you just slow down? Guys, patreon.com /Nephilim Death Squad. Sign up and continue enjoying this conversation. Otherwise, get a better job.
Wow.
That's right.
That's hurtful, dude.
That's right. Get a better job. Start a podcast.
Well, listen,
It's a lot of money here.
What I'm saying is that like we're just very comfortable with gene altering.
Yeah. Great genes.
Let's just get into it. David's alluded to it 1,000 times now.
No, that's the second time
I
I've
don't
alluded
know.
to it.
I don't know anything about great genes.
I know about it a little bit. I'm interested to see.
I don't know. I
what
don't
Joe
really
and Jen
know
think
about Sydney Sweeney. I don't understand.
Bring up
Sorry.
Sydney Sweeney.
I don't understand. I'll bring her up, but like I'll just say this before we do. I don't understand the fervor about her. I mean, she's a conventionally attractive woman, but I don't get how she's more attractive than other like women.
Well, she makes
she's got a great body.
she makes bad, ugly, like fat, ugly people feel bad, and that's
No, but then no.
well, yeah, because think about it. We just went through like a whole decade of like anti-body shaming stuff. Big is beautiful.
David, the girl that works at Aldi's, like down the
Aldi's.
road, is just as attractive.
Aldi's?
The place where I
Aldi's.
steal carriages from. Aldi's.
For 25 cents.
For
Yeah,
25
dude,
cents.
what a racket that is, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you got to bring up the jeans one. Type in jeans.
Well, I mean, let's just look at the
Pants.
I mean, she's very pretty. I think this is the
That's probably the picture. So let's bring that up. There you go, guys. Look at that. So Sydney Sweeney, she comes out. She does a jeans commercial for American Eagle, and then we get a race war. So what do you think is going on there?
I think it's just flavor of the week, divisive that happens. It's just the newest one. It's because the last time they did, or maybe not the last time, but I saw a side by side of like Beyonce. I think it was in her cowboy country thing, whatever
she's
the
now
f- she's
country
doing.
artist, and you're gonna respect Beyonce.
And she
she's
is
also whiter than she was before.
well, no,
a little bit. It seems like it.
it's
No,
called
but
black excellence.
she's a black woman. She's portly. She's got, buxomness to her. And then it's right next to a skinny white chick. And that's obviously screams Nazism and probably anti-Semitism too somehow.
They're just never going to please everybody. They picked one person. They picked Sydney Sweeney. She was the person who got to do the commercial. They do commercials like that all the time with black women, Mexican women. It doesn't matter. Just in this particular commercial, I think a percentage of people got outraged and then it got blown up. I really don't think a majority of people saw this commercial
No,
and
it
got
was
offended.
not a majority. It was the screaming minority, the 0.2% blue-haired fat feminists that were very upset about this, even though there's models in every company that are skinny white chicks. But I think it's because they said she has great genes. It's a play on words. Get over it. I did like how American Eagle came out afterwards with a statement and said, basically, F you. Like, we can do whatever we want. We're not going to take it down.
Did they backpedal that at all? I thought.
No.
I think there was a moment. No, they didn't.
I
Somebody
didn't see any backpedaling.
Dr. Squatch kicked this off. Which
Yeah, they did. They made the Sydney Sweeney bathwater.
Oh, that's right. It was her.
Soap. The bathwater. You guys saw that?
No.
It's crazy. Yeah,
it was shaped like a donut.
Was it? No, it wasn't. That was it. That was a meme. That was a
Was
meme.
it? Are you
Yeah,
sure?
Yeah.
Because I thought the implication
Nah, it was just like it's
was
just
that
a, a bar of soap, but apparently each bar of soap had like one drop of her bathwater, and they did like 2,000, a run of 2,000. They sold it for crazy money, which is why I'm like, I don't understand the fascination with Sydney Sweeney. It's like, again, like very attractive woman, right? We could all agree, very pretty, but I just don't understand what makes her stand out above other pretty people.
The industry
Like,
does that, right? Like
they'll take one. and
what's
they'll
the
be like,
what's the guy's name that looks like me?
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, she's like,
I don't like how
that's
fast
who you
that
look
was
like.
100%.
Okay. Wow.
He's
like, I've been
faking, but
That was all right.
No,
I'm
as soon
gonna
as I
stop
saw you, I was
sitting
like,
this.
damn, you have Pedro Pascal vibes. We've also been watching a lot of his movies with his kiddo. And we watched
Well-
all of The Last of Us.
The Last of Us was good, and The Mandalorian was good. He was in The Mandalorian,
He's in a lot
and
of
he was
good
also
movies.
We
good
haven't seen
in Game of Thrones.
Final Frontier was really good.
I've never seen that
With
one.
Ben Affleck.
what was
That
he
a
in
good
Game
movie.
of Thrones?
He was the Viper.
was-
He got his eyes pressed out by the mountain.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like a royal prince for like one of these like tertiary families that was involved with whatever.
Yeah, I liked his character. He had a spear and everything.
Great
But
character.
my point is that they've taken him and they've told you he's unbelievably attractive.
Yeah.
And they're like, they have this way of doing
But
that.
when you look at him, you go,
What do you
I
mean?
just don't see it.
That's not.
He just looks like a dude.
He looks
I mean,
like a regular
I'm also
dude.
not. So everybody looks like a dude or a chick to me. You know.
It's because his
Well-
characters are so lovable and so heroic, and he's always saving the day in whatever he's in, which is what makes him attractive to people. And then, he's not a bad-looking guy, but I think that's what people are really attracted to. at
Well,
the end of
and
the day.
like you said, they have a way of doing that. It's the same way they did it with back when everybody listened to the radio, the actual over-the-air radio. They did the same thing with songs, where it's not that you like the song, they just pounded it into your head so many times that you knew it, and you'd start singing along, and then you're like, oh, I like that song, even though it was a terrible song. But they kind of do that with actors too. They push people to the front, and they're like, "You like this person? Aren't they hot? Aren't they awesome? Isn't this the best person ever?" And you're like, "Who is this?" And then you see him in so much that you're like, "Oh, that's one of my favorite actors now."
People used to be like, when they were like Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie. Like, these people were actually good-looking people. You would look at
And
them
good
and
act-
you'd
like, great actors.
great
Yeah.
actors, and you would look at them and you would feel bad about yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think Pedro Pascal's doing that to anybody.
Nah, especially
Nah,
since
he's
he's
got,
pretty woke. I'm like, he got nothing
Yeah.
on me
That was kind of a bummer.
except
too.
maybe
It's
a
like,
foot and a half of height. But
Is he tall? Everybody's tall.
no, I'm just
Oh.
super short.
This is the idea of what we do on Nephilim Death Squad. Like, we were just on, I don't know, like an hour ago with XG, and we're on again. So we're just constantly in your face.
That's
Hey,
what we're
kick that
doing.
guy in the for me, because XG, we
XG,
met him
certainly.
a couple years ago, and he said he would come on our show, and he keeps blowing me off. So kick him in his
Well,
ball
he's a
sack.
piece of shit. And a
You got to
terrible
say
person.
say it in Spanish.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Oh,
Ask him in Spanish. He'll come on.
Bueno.
But it's just about
maybe he
being
didn't
in
take his
people's
brain
faces,
supreme.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that is it. Yeah, there's something about that repetition. They're making people into earworms, like the same way like a catchy tune becomes this like addicting thing, and you can't get it out of your head. They're doing that with Pedro Pascal's face. But hear me out. Now there are people who are saying the Sydney Sweeney situation is a racist dog
It's a
whistle.
situation.
It's a situation. It's a situation. It's a racist dog whistle. They're talking about her jeans, her white jeans, her blonde-haired, blue-eyed white jeans. I don't know if she has blue eyes. That doesn't matter. And that this reeks of Nazism. That's what they're saying, right? Is that what they're saying? What if I told you I don't think they're incorrect?
Oh, about her genes, that there is like a genetic predisposition to think she's pretty.
That the mainstream, I don't know what corporate bullshit machine is now engaging in the race war. That it was developed on X. Well, really, it was developed long before that. We talk about on this show all the time. You couldn't say certain things. If you were white, you were incapable of being a victim of racism. All these, you guys know, you've been alive for 10 years, right? The past 10 years have been weird.
It's like you've boiled the frog,
Boiled the frog.
and now it's at the temperature, and you're ready to
Yes.
to eat it. So like, yeah, they've created the pressure cooker effect of wanting people to ask for something else, and now they've successfully they've screamed
Yeah.
for this.
Well,
thing.
that's where all the
Remember, it's okay to be white. That thing that came, and that was like
White Lives Matter.
White Lives Matter, and it's squashed down. It's like you said it, you got punched in the head, and that makes people ask for more.
Yeah.
And now they're asking for more, and it's like it is almost like that. All right, it's like, and now here.
And who
You
does
know?
the here? Who does the facilitating? Elon comes along. He's like, here, you can talk about it here. And all of a sudden, what that enables you to do is start like getting up, mobilizing, figuring things out. Okay, Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is a cool guy who says cool guy things, right? Hitler's based, right? We need a strong man. Weimar conditions require Weimar solutions. You do it long enough, and now I think that there's a Dunkin' Donuts commercial. I don't know if you could find it. Can you type in Dunkin' Donuts racist?
Yeah, you've been talking about this for a while.
And we haven't been able to pull it up. But around the same time that the Sydney Sweeney thing happens, Dunkin' Donuts has blonde-haired white dude poolside with some sort of a refresher. I don't know what they're called, from Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. And he gets out of the pool and he's like chiseled. And it's just like this for the first time. Is that it? Oh, I think that's it. Yeah, let's bring that up real quick. Woke is over. See how that's being portrayed? It says woke is over. We're gonna bring this up on the screen. We're gonna play this. We'll probably get copyright struck, but it doesn't matter. I don't care about that. All right, here we go. And boop.
All right, let's check this out.
Look, I didn't ask to be the king of summer. It just kind of happened. This tan? Genetics. I just got my color analysis
hands.
back.
Genetics.
Guess what? Golden summer. Literally. I can't help it. Every time I drink a Dunkin' Golden Hour refresher, it's like the sun just finds me. So if sipping these refreshers makes me the king of summer, guilty as charged.
Okay, and that's it. It doesn't matter. You can get it off the screen now. So what is
First
the
of
key
all, that's a
phrase there?
really commercial. But
He's a very effeminate looking man. But the point is, they did it again, right? Genetics. Now, this doesn't seem too significant. However, we have been fed nothing but like the rainbow of ethnicities in corporatocracy for the past decade, right? Meaning like every time you go to a store and you look at an
Diversity.
ad, it's going to be like a representative from every single race.
Do you see the one in Target? I don't know if you go to the Target here, but they have a girl that looks like a. This is so wrong, and this is
Yeah,
I'm
this is
trying
a
to
Christian
do better.
show. This is a Christian show.
But like she looks like a Dalmatian. She's got that. Thing
Oh, yeah,
that
she's got
Michael
vitiligo.
Jackson has. Yeah, and I'm just like, keep that to yourself.
right. It's disgusting, and you should be ashamed.
No, I mean I feel bad.
I thought that's what you were.
They're still people, but I'm
Yeah,
like,
well.
you're huge.
Well-
it's like it's on a billboard that's like 15 by 10,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, I wouldn't even put myself on a billboard.
But that's
that
what I'm
big.
saying.
It's crazy.
That's what they're leading with. All of our commercials are leading with this. And you guys know, I'm sure you could agree with this. When they do portray a white person, it's often like a fumbling, bumbling, moronic, soft-looking white dude.
Or
who's
it's it's the concerted effort to tell you that Michelle Obama is
Doesn't
more
have it.
beautiful.
Oh.
That too, but is more beautiful than Melania, and I'm just like, that's just factually incorrect.
that's objectively false.
right.
Yeah, nothing to do with race, just
So-
like my eyeballs.
This is not really a big deal, these commercials, right? Until you look at it through that context. But they're now doing a thing that they wouldn't dare do for the past 10 years.
Yeah, you're looking at it like through the context of wrestling, like
Kayfabe.
kayfabe. Yeah, it's like, all right, so where do you want the storyline to lead if you're going to push against this way? Actually, as a matter of fact, again, just break the third wall. I don't really watch.
I think it's the fourth one.
Whatever, the seventh wall. I don't watch wrestling anymore. Is it the third wall?
I think it's the fourth wall.
Now I'm self-conscious.
One of the walls. We're going to break the walls.
I don't watch
Break all of
wrestling
them.
anymore. Okay, I break all of them. I can't keep up with it, but they're doing a really good job in this new era of
Bringing back whites.
Vince McMahon is out. Well, they do all different people, but they're doing like an online thing now because kayfabe was effectively destroyed for a little while by the internet. So back in the day, Hulk Hogan, God rest his soul.
That's right.
He could beef with the Iron Sheik. Yes, please. He could beef with the Iron Sheik, and that looks legit. But obviously, they're drinking at the bar afterward. Then the internet comes, and that kind of like destroys the facade of what these guys are doing. And now they've evolved, and they've moved into like the wrestlers are having beefs on Twitter. They're doing online content where like the show's over, and then they go and they beat up their friend in the parking lot. And they've now posted it from their phone.
That's how you do it. That's
They're
how you
doing.
Yeah.
They're doing pressers. One of the most impressive ones that I've seen, which I think is a complete work. They released the guy. His contract was up, and I'm just like, I'm watching because I'm like, it draws an extreme parallel to the politics and the world that we live in now.
I don't watch wrestling anymore.
I watch it online. I don't turn it on the show, but I'm like, every time I'm on Twitter, I'm like, these guys are crushing.
Yeah.
So this guy, his contract is up with the WWE or WWE.
Yeah.
And he does his final presser, and he just breaks kayfabe. And he's like talking about the business. He's talking about the people behind it. He drops an F-bomb when it's like ETV.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm like, what the, was that supposed to happen? And I'm starting to think, yeah, this is part of this. Like, he's not under contract.
Well, that's where
but-
we are. We're in that era culturally and politically right
Yes.
now, where it's like the kayfabe is like,
It's expanded beyond the walls of the White House, is what I'm trying to say. So like, I'm on the lookout for everything, and a Dunkin' Donuts commercial is not
Okay.
beyond their scope.
But okay, so let me ask you guys this: based off of that insane tangent that and then the Dunkin' Donuts commercial, am I looking too much into this, or are we corporatizing the race war?
No, I don't think you're looking too much into it at all. I think it's little breadcrumbs here and there where they. I mean, we know that the media and corporations are highly involved in shifting culture, and I mean Tavistock, CIA, all this. It all leads back to that, and Bernays and his ideas on things. But I think they've gotten maybe better at it unless you're looking into it. If you're looking into it like us crazy schizo retards, then it's easy to spot. Like any new movie that comes out and you watch it, you're like, subliminal programming, pre-programming, woke agenda, but you can point out all the things, but to a normal person just enjoying their life, it's right over their head, but it's still subliminal. So it's still working, I guess, to a degree.
Because human behavior is so predictable. And I think they can predict the behavior of a percentage of people, a majority. It doesn't mean everyone is going to fall in line, but I think they can direct a portion of the masses to where they want them to be when they're ready to unveil their next thing that they want us to have to deal with.
And apparently that's 60 to 80% according to Dolores Cannon and her work with the NPC idea. So I think it is easier.
80% is...
That was her thoughts on it. She did hypnotherapy.
This is interesting too. She said that most of the people she encountered did not have an inner monologue, didn't talk to themselves in their head, or couldn't see, things happening in their head, or couldn't replay a conversation. And that's crazy to me. I've never really talked to anyone about it either.
Well, I've tried to find these people because I've heard those studies before, and I'm like, I don't believe that
they're out there.
I don't find anybody that ever agrees with that ever goes like, yeah, dude, I can't picture an apple three-dimensionally.
Well, I mean, they're not going to tell you directly because they've honestly never even thinking about it. But there's a guy I used to work with that, like, I used to be like, hey, Andy, what are you going to do when you get home? This is when I worked for the MTA.
Yeah.
He's like, and like typical, like Homer Simpson American. Man, I'm going to go home and I'm going to sit with my son and we're going to play video games the rest of the day. And I can't stop thinking about it. And then he'll eat his lunch, a sandwich, big sandwich, and then fall asleep just from being like sugar spiking.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, geez, dude, every day, same thing. I'm like, this guy's got no inner monologue. I don't know if he doesn't have it, but like the processed
he's on a loop.
foods, he's on a loop. And I think like maybe medications he's on, the food, like what you were talking about, the water they're drinking, all this kind of stuff like this, it puts like a sedative state on these people and they just can't break out of it. So that 60 to 80% is legit. I just don't think that it's hard to tell, right? What is the rates for medication for opiates in America? At one point, it was
I think it's a gradient. I think that's why 60 to 80%. But like how far of an NPC are you? I've definitely met people that are deeply dumb, I guess. Like, I don't know how else to put it. They have no thoughts beyond, I'm going to go home, like you said, and play video games, and then I'm going to go to my buddy's house, and he's going to come to my house. It's retarded, according to Tom Segura.
The people who let the world run them, they don't really make their way.
Yeah,
they just kind of sit on a track.
Responsive loop. They just kind of, this happened, so I do this, and then I go over there. Yeah, I've known people like that. It's crazy.
We would say that it's fear. It's mostly fear-based stuff. That's what I think, at least. The more you look into that, these guys have been like...
fear of breaking this predictable cycle.
Well, if you wanted to train a dog in a very harsh way, like a dog to do a specific task, you set up a bunch of possibilities for him, and when he does the correct possibility, he's rewarded. If he does the wrong possibility, you can have a collar, or you can have like a physical, like a touch, where you'll let him know that this is wrong, or a
rolled
sound.
up newspaper.
It's Caesar Milanum.
Yeah, like a news. I mean, it depends on how harsh it is, but like, the people today, it's like, here are your possibilities. Here are your thoughts. When you think this, you're like smacked on the nose with the newspaper. And you do that enough to people where they're just like, they'll see it in their peripheral, but they're never going to choose that anymore. They're going to choose what's designated and picked out for them. So it's like these people that are NPCs, I think they're just well trained. I don't think that they're, are you trying to go like with the clone route NPC stuff? Because
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to take in all possibilities. I don't think they're soulless. Like,
we don't even necessarily know if this is real. It was just what she was saying, and it was an interesting thing to think about. I've never met someone who said they didn't have an inner monologue, but it's interesting to think about that.
If it's such a high percentage, I can't seem to find these people. But then again, I really don't go anywhere.
I don't really talk to them.
I don't go talk to anybody. But
they're all over the place.
Maybe they are. And I'm sure I've worked with some of them. If I think back, I can kind of remember that. But what I do think is significant is, being into conspiracies, especially for as long, you have a data chunk from that. And that data chunk is based off of trying to express conspiracies to other individuals. And what I did start to realize, and I think a lot of people share this sentiment who are kind of tuned the way that we are, is like there are some people where you could just say and show the most insane to, and they'll go like, oh.
Well, a lot of the
and
times,
then they'll just keep moving. Like that, like it doesn't stop them and make them reassess. Like we are conspiracy theorists because at some point we were shown a thing that made us reassess our entire paradigm.
That shows you the level of programming. The ones that go and keep moving, that's the fear mechanism. They have to. Otherwise, they've got to deal with like a slew of other things. Like if you believe this, then X, Y, Z, and it's like then their life gets real messy.
Or it's actually the unwillingness to engage with anything that's fear. Yeah. So if it provokes fear, you move it. Or it made me afraid too. But I was like, I gotta look at this shit.
I look deeper when it's scary. But on the other side of that, some people get mad. And that's like another level of programming. Like when they get mad, it's like fight or flight kind of mechanism.
Yeah.
So I've activated the fight mechanism. And I'm just like, I'm not interested in fighting.
That's
with
like if you bring somebody like really damning statistics and then they want to hurt you.
Yeah, it was like actually the FBI says 13% is 50% of the. But
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
we're not going to.
I come across that more often than not. The emotional reactivity to certain things. We've had people get mad at us just for entertaining a certain idea, and it's like, why? Okay, I get that you disagree. I don't even necessarily agree with that. I disagree with myself all the time, but I don't get mad at myself for it. Like, we have a guy that's a staunch flat earther. Somebody listens to the show, then calls us flat earthers, and your guys are retards now. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm listening to somebody's ideas. Why does that... I never said I agree with it. I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. What a unique way to look at the world. That's fine. Well, what I don't get is the anger about it. I understand somebody being like, oh, that's hooey, whatever. That's dumb. That's fine, whatever. But to get violently angry that somebody thinks something like that, that's the bizarre part.
Because they're so married to their ideas, and unraveling their core belief is terrifying to some people, and they don't like that. And our brains are designed to protect us. Remember when we had this cat in our yard? I've told this story before, but we had this cat in our yard, and half its face was blown off. I don't know what happened to this cat. I don't know if it was chewed off by an animal.
Missing.
I don't know. I looked at it from the back, and it was drinking out of our pool. And I thought, oh, there's a cat. How cute. And I went over and I looked at it. And then I told Joe there was a cat in the pool or by the pool. And he went over to the cat and said, babe, I just saw a cat, even when it looked at me. And I couldn't quite tell. There was almost like gray. I couldn't see that half its face was missing. Like I legit could not see it.
Pixelated.
And Joe's like, hey, babe, its face is off. And I was kind of far away at this point. And I was like, what are you talking about? It's just a kitty. Yeah. And I was getting it some food. And then I went over and I looked and I tried to see what Joe was talking about. And when I looked at its head, it came to me. Like I all of a sudden saw it. So maybe I'm a clone. I don't know. Maybe I can't see.
It was not only just missing, but there was like larvae.
There were bugs inside its head. And when I saw that, but it was fine. The cat acted like nothing was wrong. That was another weird thing. It wasn't hobbling around. It was meowing. It was rubbing on us. There were flies all over it, but it was... It was acting totally normal, and it lived. I mean, we had to call animal control to get it away, but
it's at a farm in New York.
Even
now.
when the lady came to get it, she was animal control. She looked at it and goes, "Oh!" Like she jumped. But I looked at it. I'm like, "What a little cutie! Can you come get this guy in our yard?"
There's like a mindset. There's a mindset to that where I just saw a picture recently of it was just like a picture of red. But it was quickly flashed to you, and I immediately said, can of Coke, like Coke Classic.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what it was. And then I see, like, they show you the picture again, and it's not even there's no soda, there's no can, no nothing. But it's the exact same frequency of red or hue of red that Coca-Cola.
No, it wasn't even that. They didn't even do that. It was a picture, but what they said was, like, all the pixels in this are actually just black and white. And,
right.
And because you saw it, your mind filled it in with color. And like, I couldn't even, I was like, I see it as.
Well, right now, I think Aldi's, shout out Aldi's. I owe these guys some shopping carts that I stole from them.
Aldi's,
but they sell their bootleg, or you know how they have like their brands? They sell their Oreos, but they sell it in a package that is the same color blue as Oreo. And now Nabisco or whoever that owns Oreo.
They own that blue.
Is suing them for the color because it's the association. So like you see the cat and you immediately assume this cat is fine, should be fine, right? your mind is now filled in the rest of the blanks. It doesn't really need to know much else about this. And then you can move on with your day. Normal cat, but the cat has got no head. And it's like,
Well,
upon further inspection, that was crazy. But this is what they do to us because like we're animals that can be programmed. So they'll give you like, look at Sydney Sweeney. Look at this Down syndrome face lady.
Yeah.
She's beautiful, right? And then you go, yeah, I guess so.
well,
And you're like, wait a
in
second.
comparison to what we've been fed,
This guy here is beautiful.
he's a beautiful
Dunkin'
man.
Donuts commercial guys, objectively
You think he's
beautiful.
better looking than Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah.
Dude, we just talked about this the other day. Did you know? Did you know they make hot downs now? There's hot
Oh yeah,
downs.
they're making. Well, hold on. There's a couple of hot downs that they're making. I know there was like a Victoria's Secret model, who knows to what extent she modeled. Victoria's Secret might have just claimed her.
There are filters on Instagram.
Well, there are filters that are
Yeah.
they're putting Down syndrome filters on models now because people are jerking
there
up.
was a slow. Wait,
okay,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
There's
go
a
ahead.
slow
There was a slow.
drip.
Yeah.
It's a slow drip. The
Yeah.
cat didn't lose its head all at once. It
Yeah.
chipped away at it.
That's right.
It starts
The
with
larva.
It starts with like I think you take out all the gingers from movie roles. Follow me.
Yeah.
Then you
What do you
put
replace them with?
I'm with you
the
so far.
Black mermaids.
Blacks.
But not just that, but like you replace them with girls whose eyes are slightly too far apart.
Yes, like that one chick that was on the Queen's Gambit. The chess.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah,
Her
she looks like
the black
what's
chick
his
from
name
Little
from
Mermaid.
Ice Age? You know the creature
Sid.
from Ice Age, Sid.
Yeah. Which, by the way, my theory on that is that they're convincing women that they're victims to such a degree that prey animals have their eyes located on the sides of their heads instead of forward-facing eyes like a predator does, and so women's eyes are actually migrating to the sides of their heads the more they believe that they're a
gotta
victim.
keep their eye out for rape or something. But yeah, so it starts with these people. The Snow White girl, the girl from The Little Mermaid, the girl from Queen's Gambit.
And there's a lot of other ones.
And then they tell you, right? They go, look at her. Beautiful.
Yeah, somebody I saw somebody tweet like, "Are we just not going to talk about how beautiful wide set eyes are?" And I was like, "What? No, they're not. There's something wrong there. There's
you
something
shut your
fundamentally
mouth.
wrong. You
Yeah.
shut your mouth right now." Exactly.
throw-
No,
a
like
whole
the
football.
chick from The Last of Us. The I'm gonna be a dad chick. Like, I mean, she's
Oh, yeah,
objectively
She's
not.
a hideous little creature.
Yeah, just a little troll. But I mean, nothing wrong with that. She can be a troll. It's
No,
fine
she
with
could
me.
be she could be hideous. Yeah.
It's a free
So what
country
are they
for now.
They're saying she's beautiful as well. Is that
No,
that a psyop?
nobody's saying that.
Okay, good. That's a step too far. That's a little too
Nobody's
far. Now.
saying she's beautiful.
But that's the trajectory of
Yeah.
it. It's like
She's
all the
not
way
even
to
saying that.
No. No, she's not. Just like our face is just scrunched up into the middle of her head. You know what's funny? I like when people are like, Pedro Pascal has to touch beautiful actresses when he's feeling anxiety. And everyone's like, how come you never touch her, Pedro? How come you never touch her when you're feeling anxious?
she's
You know what I think this
disgusting.
is, though, with beautiful Dunkin' Donuts man, Sydney Sweeney? I'm not saying... I'm realizing now, because I was saying, and I redact what I said before. I don't know that they're engineering the race war, but at the bare minimum, what this advertising campaign is saying, especially with the inclusion of genes, right? They're using he said genes, she said genes, he said she said. They're showing you that it is viable, economically speaking.
Yep.
What's viable economically? Like catering to white people, and even the race war has reached the race war. Tensions, sentiments have reached such a critical mass that they are now viable and fertile ground for advertising campains.
So
That's interesting.
I guess the question is like, 'cause I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I think that it's good. That
The
like,
race
'cause-
war, yeah.
No.
Oh.
No, but like if you're gonna say like I just don't like being lied to where they're showing you fat women and they're like, look at this, and I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
Now Sydney Sweeney she's attractive. I thank you for putting attractive people on commercials for things that I'd like to buy.
I like that. I hate going to Target and they're like, look at this whale.
Yeah.
No,
like, 'cause
I think they
that's a
figured
lie.
out the last 4 years of the body positive thing, which is just a nice way of saying, be proud you're fat. Who cares? The Lizzos, all these people, that's fine. If they think they're beautiful,
Well, they're wrong.
or whatever, that's fine. You
It's
can.
just the pendulum swinging way
But-
too far. It's okay to be nice to people.
The cultural pendulum.
okay to
Yeah,
be
we
nice
talk
to
about
people,
that a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
it's
But
okay
no,
to
I
be.
think
You don't have to call them fat.
I think they figured out though
don't
with
call 'em pretty.
using a certain body type for the purpose of promoting an item you want to sell doesn't work as well as other people. And they figured that out, and the marketing team was like, you know what? Our sales actually declined, so maybe we should go with a skinny white chick. Let's try that.
Well, this could be a decade-long experiment And who knows what the fruits of the experiment were meant to be, but it has officially been 10 years since they put Tess Holliday on the cover of a Sports Illustrated. Are you familiar with that? Tess Holliday? Could you pull that up? Pull up Tess Holliday on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Now, damn, it's been 10 years? That's incredible. I was doing a podcast on this. I've been oh God. So all these years ago, dude, so type in Sports Illustrated though. And then let's look at this cover. There she is. Yeah. Big. Rough. She's a beautiful woman. And, we need that cover. So she was put on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Now, Sports Illustrated being traditionally one for type in cover after that. Sports Illustrated cover. You just said SI.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's an insane thing for you think that it's going to get that.
That's C.
There she is. Oh, I'm sorry. Cosmopolitan. I'm a fool and an idiot and a terrible person, and I apologize. We need the full one though. We got to see her because she's big.
Well, I mean, it's cropped.
Because she's huge. Yeah. So Tess Holliday is.
Was she spilling out over the cover?
She's a mountain of flesh. And they were putting her on magazine covers a decade ago, and this was the beginning of the real hard push for. It wasn't just body positivity, because I understand what you guys are saying, like Jen saying, you don't have to be mean, which I agree. I came from a place.
It's a lot more fun to be though.
It is very fun. My original standpoint was I don't want to be mean. We can't find the image. It's fine. People could use their imagination. She's big.
Larger than life.
Yeah, you can kind of see because they cut it off. They were like, we're not even going to show you the full length thing because Tess Holliday is.
I think I get the idea though. Yeah.
Yeah, and then people go like, oh, but she's beautiful. I'm like, she's got a crazy amount of makeup on her face, and if you wash that off, you'd go, this is an unhealthy individual. So, which is, I think that's fair to say. Originally, I was of the mindset of like, it's not nice to be mean to people.
No, I don't want to be mean to people.
But they started engineering something.
Well, because you're like blatantly lying to people. Yeah. You're lying to me. And you're making me engage in your lie. Where it's like I would never see this person on the street, even like a regular, like good-looking person on the street. I would never see like really and go, wow, how beautiful.
You know what they did?
It's just like
it was like
he's a person, dude.
You would try to have a rational conversation and go, well, look, man, what was the number one threat during the vid that made you I forget what the terminology is when you have
anti-maskers.
No, you have a pre-existing condition. Well, those were the number one. Yeah, pre-existing condition, and it makes you more susceptible to contracting
comorbidities.
Comorbidity. Thank you, sir. Right. The number one comorbidity was obesity. So there had been a conversation that was trying to be had for a while, and we were stuck between two dialogues. One was we have to accept people, body acceptance, body positivity. Everybody is beautiful. And the other one was, sure, but you're so huge. This is unhealthy. This isn't manageable. You're a burden on the health system. All these different things. And that reasonable conversation was not enough to stand in the way of this agenda. The agenda persisted. Now, people have come to a place where the only thing that stands against the agenda is, look at this land whale. Look at this monstrosity. Look at how horrific they look. Like, it's only ridicule and harsh language that stands in the way of some weird and obvious agenda that we've been subjected to for a decade. So the rational conversation tried to be had, and they were like, no. And now what I'm saying is they've turned me into a monster. Now I'm a bad person.
No.
Yeah, we're trying to be better now. I'm trying to.
Yeah, like Top was saying though, you're lying to me, and now you're making me participate in your lie, and it's offensive, and it's kind of patronizing for them to come out and be like, "Look at this, beautiful, isn't it?" And it's like, I don't have to comment on this, first of all, but like you said, if I would comment, I would say, "Hey, buddy, you're not healthy. You need to do something. You're gonna die. Like you're
gonna trip and fall and never get up again."
Maybe take walks or put the ice cream down. Like do something. Start small, but you need to do something. And that's the funny thing is that after all especially with Lizzo, the whole Lizzo's so beautiful, and then the meme where the guy is like, "You're so beautiful. Yeah, you remind me of Lizzo," and then the chick gets mad. It's like, why are you mad? Called you out. But they put that out there, and then all of a sudden Lizzo's like losing weight, and it's like, why?
Well, they
why would you
quietly
do that?
made that go away, and then ushered in the Sydney Sweeneys, and now everyone's on Ozempic.
Yeah. Oh, that's another fun one. Yeah.
No one's talking about being fat anymore.
Oh, there we go.
What do you guys know about Ozempic? Is there something weird about that?
It's just what the. Oh, is that a comment?
Oh, Sydney's bodacious boobs said Lizzo lost weight and then they got mad at her, which is true, they did, and that's the ramifications of Yas queening.
Adele too, yeah.
Yeah, you Yas queen all these morbidly obese women. You give them a mascot, they all glom onto her, and then she goes like, "Hey, dude, I don't think I want to be like this anymore," and they go, "Boo! How dare you?" Because you told them big was beautiful. If it's beautiful, what are you doing? Why are you losing weight? So you lied.
Who
to
was
them.
the chick from Pitch Perfect that lost a bunch of weight? The Australian
Fat
girl?
Amy?
They called her Fat Amy
yeah.
in Pitch Perfect. She was super funny, but she lost a ton of weight, and they championed her. She was allowed to lose the weight. Rebel Wilson. Yeah.
Oh, and what's the chick that had that stupid song from about 10 years ago? All about that bass, no trouble. Remember that?
Yeah.
Megan Trainor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's on Ozempic.
Oh, so yeah,
That might
what
not
I
be
know
true, I
about
just said that.
Ozempic is not. I'm not an expert. This is not medical advice, obviously, but peptides have been really coming forward a lot lately. A lot of people talking about them, and apparently Ozempic is based on a peptide, which a peptide itself is not terrible. It's your body makes them. They're like short chain amino acids. They're messenger molecules. They're good. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Your body's supposed to make them. But as you get older, obviously, along with other things, you stop getting boners, you stop making peptides, all that stuff. So, not yet. I'm waiting. But Ozempic is apparently a peptide, but the big pharma decided, ooh, if we really blow out the dose on this and give people way too much, it makes them lose a load of weight really fast. The problem is you also lose muscle mass because a lot of these fatties that want to just get in their arm once a week and change nothing else about their lifestyle, that's the problem, is they're not changing anything else. So they're still shoving pizza and sub sandwiches down their necks, not getting out, not being active, but they're losing weight, so they think it's a win. But then they lose all this muscle mass, and then if you ever stop taking it, it's like any other pharmaceutical. All of a sudden, now you're like twice as big. So
Yeah.
I heard a naturopath talking about it, but she was basically saying that the peptide Ozempic is based on is fine, but at a much smaller dose, also combined with diet, exercise, lifestyle changes, and that it can be really beneficial, and you're not going to get all these negative side effects that these Ozempic face people are getting, like Ariana Grande. We know several people personally.
Ariana
who are on
Grande
it.
took Ozempic?
Oh, I don't know. She just has that
She
Ozempic
looks
face.
really rough. Yeah,
She looks bad.
Like, yeah.
They're saying
She's so skinny. What the...
Yeah,
blindness,
she already was skinny. She was never fat.
Right.
But whatever
little
she's
bones.
doing now is, it's like they took a vacuum cleaner to everything but her bones and flesh, because
I don't like that they keep championing that look, that like sucked in gaunt, with
Yeah.
the cheekbones.
on top
but
of championing a Lizzo look. What is going on here?
It's
Why are you doing
confusing.
which one? They're
Who
both
else did
unhealthy.
that? The chick from The Boys. Do you guys ever watch The Boys?
Oh
yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Starlight.
actually Royce from.
Oh yeah, our boy Royce from Revenge of the Sis. He
He went super viral, making fun of her for looking the way that she did.
she deleted her account for a while.
millions
It
and
was-
millions of views, and then she deleted her account. It was like, well, because
He's
she
basically-
looks.
That was a weird one because the first couple seasons, she
She's
looked normal,
beautiful.
healthy, fine, and then all of a sudden,
Very
one of
pretty.
the newest seasons, she looked like Skeletor. I'm like, what did you do? What
What
happened?
is that called? It's like a vocal fat.
Vocal fat removal. That's the idea, is that women are getting like their cheek fat removed. I don't know what
that
to
works.
what to make of it, but it's a bizarre thing because these people that are setting these trends, because there are people that are following suit and they're going and getting Botox or vocal fat removal, and it's like, at what point are you going to stop emulating people that are monsters? They're not monsters. They're regular people.
Well, they look like
they look like monsters.
They're turning themselves into like Nephilim, like cat beings,
But they're-
lizard-faced people. Like,
They're normal
why?
people who have lost their minds. Lost their minds. And I just don't think that we're built to idolize other human beings. And that becomes such a huge problem. I mean, you have, especially with women, it's like all this idea that heroin chic in the 90s, what a model had to look like, this unfair beauty standard that was set by an industry, which somehow equates to the patriarchy. It's like, who is implementing or imposing rather these beauty standards on women? It's guys and other women. It's not like straight dudes. You know what I mean? Like, none of that is straight dudes. The industry is pretty much determined by dudes and other women. You know, the fashion industry is that way. The modeling industry is that way. And I just like, you know, and you could tell because it went from heroin chic to Tess Holiday to morbidly obese. And there's no normal dudes choosing either of those two things. So I'm like, I don't even, I mean, maybe it's not, you know, obviously it's not all women and all guys, but this entire system, this institution that's implementing all these beauty standards on women, it's a diseased institution. It's been so obviously diseased for the longest time. Like, I wish people would just unplug from it, especially when it comes to the media that's made for women. Like, if you look at the that they're trying to feed women on like Netflix and everything, it is propaganda.
Oh,
Absolute.
dude, we've gone rounds about that. Netflix is probably the biggest offender of it, but I mean, this is a stereotype at this point, but the 5 foot tall, 90-pound chick that's kicking 250-pound dudes' asses. It's like, that's great. It makes a great show, and it's this boss bitch thing. No problem with that if you can actually do that, but it's getting these chicks to think, oh, I can just go out there and beat up whoever I want. It's like, no, that is physically impossible. I know you're not big on biology because you think men can get pregnant and turn into chicks or whatever, but don't do that. Don't go up to a 6'5", 300-pound dude and think you can just rock his world. He's gonna get mad and then crush you into the ground. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah.
But it's the invitation of these people to me saying, hey, come lie with me for a little bit. And I'm like, I don't want to lie. Yeah. This is like not, and we're already lying when we watch movies or delve into entertainment. Like I was just mentioning professional wrestling, but we get the lie. Now I'm looking around, and what bothers me is like, oh man, like you guys want this lie to proliferate a little bit further than I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Like my kids, you want them to embody this and spout this later on to their friends, but then that becomes real. I'm not interested in lying with you. And as a matter of fact, I find it offensive that you even proposed it.
Actually offensive.
Literally
not
offensive.
The feigning offense that's been taking
and it's fun to pretend, don't get me wrong. I mean, we all got to escape reality once in a while. Some people watch football, some people watch Netflix, whatever. But they're making it this, like Top was saying, kind of like injecting it into the culture and making it a lie that everybody's comfortable with just pretending is real all the time.
And meanwhile, then they'll say that even talking about is spreading dangerous misinformation. So it's bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I like to be able to suspend my disbelief when I watch a work of fiction. And so it has to parallel reality enough that I don't see all the idiosyncrasies. Like I was watching The Thunderbolts, which is a Marvel movie. And it was actually, it was pretty decent. And I said, oh, this is good. It's good. They did something fun. They haven't done anything fun in a long time. So I said, I'll watch that movie that I know is going to be bad. A Brave New World. It's with the one with like the red Hulk.
I had that on before you came over.
It's not good. It's bad.
I couldn't watch it. Yeah, it's weird.
But they have like a replacement for Black Widow. Don't do that. I don't like that one. Can you change that one? They do a replacement for Black Widow, and and she is, dude. I'm telling you, she's 4'10" and actually 90 pounds. Like she is an incredibly tiny, childlike woman. And she is a Black Widow character. And at least when Scarlett Johansson, because she's proportionate to other human beings, did the things, her stunt double, you know, whatever, it looked, you go, okay, at least the body mechanics, you know, when she does that thing where she jumps up, wraps her legs around your head,
spins you around or
and
something.
then does the thing, you go like, oh, okay. Sure. I'll allow it, you know. They had to CG the parts where like she picks dudes up and throws them around and stuff, because it didn't make sense. Like the mechanics weren't there. It just wouldn't have been possible for somebody this size.
It's called physics. Yeah.
It's called physics.
Dude, they used to be able to get a stunt double to just do the moves. Now they had to CG the moves because the physics weren't there. And I'm like, why? Why are you? Why?
Why are you? Why?
Why
should be the
are
title
you
of the
giving
show.
us these-
Why are you?
Why the 90-pound? Like right now, they're like they go. You know what? It's been great. John Wick's been great. Can we all agree? John Wick's been great.
Oh, great, classics.
It's been great.
My wife is like, anytime it's on, I'm putting it on. I'm watching it in its entirety.
Yeah.
And she's like, you got to stop. I'm like, can't stop.
Can't stop. You know why? Because it's
can't stop,
great.
Won't stop.
It's great.
It's great, dog.
You know what they're gonna stop doing?
Like having John Wick in it. Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna watch it.
It's not gonna be.
I know.
It's gonna be bad.
But like
It's literally called The Ballerina.
here's the thing though.
Do you know what she is?
John Wick was so great
It was great.
that it had enough juice for me
This has been the plan.
that I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, now you're gonna be trans. That's what's gonna happen.
That's
This
how
is the
they get
plan.
you.
They're like, there's a last percentage of the population that's still holding on to
Well, this show
masculine shit.
needs more woman representation.
I agree.
Well,
What if we
he's
both
gonna-
became
he's gonna be
trans,
more
like
trans.
The
Yeah.
guys from The Matrix.
Well, you're halfway there. So
Right. Well, no, a third of the way there. I have a miss. They took my testicle because of the.
Why are you?
What are you? Who's got that drop? That's you guys.
I love it. I need that
Good.
one.
That's so good.
You
I
are
don't
good.
know. I think that what we should do is the four of us here. We should just toss a towel and let's all just get gender inverted.
I was very confused.
Yikes.
It was the style of the time. You know, that meme with the old Simpson guy. He's like, yeah, so I cut my off. It was the style at the time.
Well, that's my thinking. Is like
It's trendy.
Wait, but to the ballerina, I mean, that's a movie you're not even gonna watch just because it could be good, dude. I don't know.
Well, I
Just
was
on
gonna
principle.
watch. I was gonna watch
principle, yeah.
Fantastic Four because the Thunderbolts was good, and then now apparently it's just very. So all the reviews have come in, and it's just like Pedro Pascal, LGBTQ ally, and I'm like, and you know, I don't know if they injected any of that into the film. I was hoping for you know, good times again. We haven't had good times in a long time. There's been no good movies.
No strong men.
No,
they
it's-
make,
No
they
strong
make
men.
good times.
It's slim pickings out there these days. Going back to what you're talking about with the CGing, the physics of a 4'10" chick. I had a great misogynistic joke. I laughed at it. Why are all the powerful boss bitches always in movies? Because fiction's the only place you can find it.
That's it.
Obviously, it's the only time you
it.
see it. I mean, besides
know-
Michelle Obama, she's a boss bitch,
Well, she's got a huge.
but she's
dick.
also a dude. So
I don't want any problems
So
with
who's
Michelle
gay?
Obama. So that's coming from Joe.
Yeah, Joe said that.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
And I'm just saying, if she does have a
Big Mike, please.
if she has a big
Careful.
Boner.
exactly, it's probably a really nice one. You'd
Yeah.
probably go, wow,
well, it's black.
that should be in a
so-
Dunkin' Donuts commercial. It's a beautiful.
Oh,
It's a Christian show.
This is a Christian show. We're trying
sorry,
to do
family
better.
show. Yeah.
You know, we talk to you guys, and you guys, you know, you guys are silly geese, and we just talked to XG, and he's a silly goose. And we just did 2 episodes back to back. We're like, people are gonna be mad at us.
Yeah. The episode before this, we're like, we're cleaning it up. Cleaning up
Really?
the show.
I'm fine with it. We've said way worse things. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you know, we have to.
Let the keyboard trolls on YouTube do their thing. They're gonna do it. You could wear the wrong color of shirt and you're gonna hear about it on YouTube or wherever. Like it doesn't matter.
Oh, no. They're mad. They're mad that we're not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
This is what they're mad
We're
about.
trying
Oh,
to
that
be
you
better
cleaned it
people.
up.
Well, yeah, because we do believe in Jesus, and I don't know what his stance is on like making fun of trans.
I mean, he probably thinks it's hilarious.
You think so?
No, here's the thing. There's like an old personas where I'm like, do I gotta still do that? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like in the community, I don't know if you guys aren't on Twitter, but in the Twitter community, people know who I am, and they know what I've done and the lies that I've told people. And I'm like, do I need to still do that?
Yeah.
Or can I just be like when they go, hey, how come you're not doing racial slurs? I can just go, look at the work.
Yeah.
Do I still gotta, like, you know, does Ric
Yeah.
Flair still gotta do his woo? No, he's Ric Flair.
Yeah. We know what Ric
Now
Flair
people
did.
change too. I mean, come on. Like
Yeah.
we grow. You know, hopefully we evolve. Whatever. So
sometimes we
things are gonna be
devolve,
different.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And I always tell people, if you don't like how the show's evolved or grown, don't listen. But you got
yeah.
choices out there. You got quite a
But
few
we've
choices.
done that too. In fact, we've built this entire thing off of telling people to
Not to listen to
not
it.
to listen. When they
Yeah,
when they
fuck
complain,
off.
we go leave. You should leave. It's just like you know, right. I have my convictions, and I just don't know because sometimes people go like, in the Bible it says the words of your mouth, right? There's like a thing about the, you know, and I go, do you take that to mean swearing, Or do you take that to me? Because I don't hate anybody, and I don't wish ill on anybody.
I don't really like Sydney Sweeney.
I hate her.
No, she's very beautiful.
I wish her ill.
Yeah, to the sponsor, she's beautiful.
But is there a difference there between like me saying, fun words, cool words, and then me wishing spiritual demise upon a person? That seems to be really worse.
I think what Jesus meant was your intention. I don't think the actual words matter so much. It is mouth noises. People will debate me on that and say, no, every word you speak is casting a spell, and you can think whatever you want about it. But I think it's still the intention is what matters, and that's where it gets dicey though, because there's intention and then there's perception and how people take your intention. And you're like, no, my intention actually was to make a joke. They're like, but you said the N-word, and it's like, yes, but I wasn't saying that. You're white,
funny,
first of all,
and also they told me I couldn't say it, and I don't like that. I don't like.
And that's fun.
I can't say
it's fun to say things they say we can't say. So
Yeah.
I think it's about intention too. I think if you say, "Hey, you're a," that's not something Jesus would want us to say. But
unless
if you
they
say,
were being
beautiful, I think he'd be okay with it, because it's really just an adjective at that point, or
enhancer.
something,
or
an
like
adverb, I don't know.
America.
But
Yeah,
it's-
like I think Jesus would
it's
be
just-
down with that.
Yeah, but there is a group of people that took a word and decided that it's bad overall, all the time. No matter when you say it, you can't say, even if it's saying something good about something.
Elohim says, pretty sure the guy that was just on Unfiltered Rise was talking about NDS, saying that certain shows are a bit vulgar.
I don't know either of what's
Unfiltered Rise, that's Heidi Love. We love Heidi Love. She got mad at us
we did
one
the
time. Well,
the
I
Mormon
enjoy
show
a
with
lot.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she just freaked out on us because we had Mormons on the show that came to rebut some of her points, and
Well, she explained the Mormonism thing to us, and we're like, "That's crazy."
fascinating. And it was a great
Yeah,
episode.
the
and I really
underwears?
appreciated. Yeah, well,
No, all that stuff is true.
that's just cool.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I was just like, we had other Mormons that watched, and they were like, "Hey, some of the things she said were inaccurate." So we're like, "All right, well, tell us." And then they told us, and she was like, did not like that.
And she was
I
very
just
upset. She
like, yeah, it is.
Did
what
she
it is.
rebut
Sad.
the rebuttal?
No, she just freaked out. She said she had to, like, she was hyperventilating, had to leave work.
Did she?
That's
say
what she
that?
said. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I felt bad. I like her. I'd like to invite her back on the show. Hey, Heidi.
I don't think she likes us now.
I like
fine.
I like Heidi. And
I like how that comment said some shows are a bit vulgar. We have, I think, close to 400 shows that all of them are very vulgar. So if you're in any way offended by vulgarity, just skip our show. Thank you.
yeah. Well, I like your show, and I hope you invite us back on it sometime soon. But I don't want to debate. They tried to get us into the debate. They said come on the show, and we said all right. And then they said debate JT, and I said
He's way smarter than us.
he's
dog.
way
I didn't
smarter
know
than
this.
us.
Yeah,
You tried to get us, huh?
setting us up for failure, man.
That's unbelievable. I thought
Hey,
you guys liked
I'll
us.
set it back up
But it
again.
should be a fun debate. We tried to have a flat Earth debate on our show. Like, we were the mediators.
It was the
We were
worst.
so excited because the two people that were coming on were both really cool. And what we wanted was, we didn't want to see, if you go on YouTube and look up any flat Earth debate, they are just ad hominem attacking each other the entire time. They're
That's
like,
the
"You're
best."
stupid, little bitch," because the Earth's round because they said so.
No,
okay,
it-
sweetie,
It
and they
goes
just
real
get so
quick
mad.
to, you're just stupid. And it's
Yeah,
like, well, tell
you're
me why.
fag. And so we were expecting these two people to be coherent, adults,
Yeah.
civil, yes. And
bad.
they weren't.
That's the thing is I really
It's
like
bad.
JT, and I consider him a friend. And
I'm wearing his shirt right now.
I'm current. Oh, there you go. Check that out.
Hey, nice.
And my thing is JT would use things like fact and intellect and research, and he would have sources that he would cite, and I wouldn't
that
have any of
anger you?
that. So 5 minutes into the show, I'd have to resort to insulting him, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to insult.
He's like, hey,
Oh,
why is
you don't
your
want to
jaw so
insult
chiseled?
JT. It's like yelling at a little puppy,
He's a
dude.
beautiful man. He should be in a.
Yeah, why are you so handsome, huh?
Yeah.
JT.
He's got
Why-
a great jawline. He should be in a Dunkin' Donuts commercial. He's got great genes. He's got great genes. Listen, guys, we're at the hour and 33-minute mark. I have to ask you a question. It's a very important question. And then we got to wrap up the show.
No.
Uh-oh.
Are you guys having fun?
yes.
Well, with
Yes.
that
Yes, sir.
pointed at me, yeah, I'm having the best time of my life, dude. Thank you.
No,
All right, how about now?
don't take that into consideration. That's
That
got
was
nothing to
just
do
a
with anything.
gesture.
Are you Are you having fun? And you know, this whole thing that you're doing here, which is staring into the abyss and, you know, having a gander or peeling back the you know, the rubber mask and looking at the lizard person within. Are you having fun?
Yeah, because I mean, we've stared into the abyss and the darker portions of some of this stuff, and it's like, you know what? Let's keep it light and funny. That's way more fun. I'm not going to do a 7-part series on adrenochrome or, you know, any of that stuff. I don't know how much I can say about that, whether I'm going to get flagged for that, but no, a lot of people will dig into, you know, the real hardcore, and there's plenty of people out there that do hardcore research. Thank you for your work. That's great. That's just not us. So we're having fun because we like to skirt around and just do the fun stuff and make fun of things.
I think that's what life's all about. We're here. We came here maybe on purpose, maybe we didn't, but we're here right now. So we have to, even if something bad happens in your life, we try to look at it like with a twinge of humor, if possible. It'll just be a funny story to tell later. It's a fun thing that we do when
I'll be
something
on my
terrible happens.
deathbed and fart and laugh about it and then die. Like it's everything's going to be funny to me all the time. So
If you live life with
I can't
misery,
not
it's
have
just,
fun.
you know, a miserable life. So we're not doing that.
Somebody
in any
tweeted
aspect.
the other day that farts aren't funny anymore.
Lies.
And I said,
Dude, lies.
Farts are always funny, dude. Farts are. He's got a fart.
See, always funny. Made him laugh.
That's honest. That's just an honest laugh, dude. That's
I had somebody had like a near-death experience, and I know it wasn't a near-death experience. It was actually a psychedelics experience, and I just remember them saying like they were shown something about the nature of this whole experience, and whatever they were shown, it was very funny. Like they realized something about where we are and what we're doing, and they don't remember, you know, the epiphany, but they do remember the comedy of it. And he was left with this feeling that like when we go where we're going next, you're gonna look back at this like it was kind of funny. And I'm like,
I believe that.
yeah, that resonates with me somehow. I don't know how to explain it, but I agree with that. And I often ask the question if Jesus was funny, and nobody ever seems to answer that. Like the Bible really never. It's like Jesus
the way he's framed is very stoic and serious, but I guarantee you he cranked out some farts and laughed about it. There's no way. He was a human, right? At least half.
Well,
At least half human. There's
He broke
no way.
wind and broke bread with the people.
I mean, no one ever talks about the size of the dumps Jesus took. Like
That's true.
He was he ate stuff, so he was definitely taking massive dumps, and nobody ever talks about that.
you're God in a human body. I assume that Elohim don't fart because they probably don't have a digestive tract, but that's one of the first things that you'd want to try out. And then when you do it, you go, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
And you just
Also,
keep doing
taking
it.
a first thing in the morning, one of the most glorious feelings. It's like you just started a new day. All right, now I can go do stuff.
You know, if you think about all those like seances they do where they take like a virgin and then they like plunge a dagger into their chest, and then what happens is a spirit then
I don't really ever think about that.
I know, constantly. and then some sort of spirit, like an ancient, like a fallen angel or something from a data realm, enters the body, and then it becomes their avatar for a time while they trounce about. You know, the first time they did that and they found out that body farted, and then they were like, oh, and then they smelled it. Like that was probably
you've got to be kidding me.
This is
A death fart?
the best. Oh yeah, like a death fart.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, when you people in the chest, they
Really?
so when they come
apparently
back,
Yeah, when you die,
Yeah.
you evacuate your bowels.
evacuate your bowels. Yeah.
Can you imagine being a forensic person, like investigating murders, and the first thing you smell is like
Every time.
not the rotting body first, because that takes a couple days. First thing, it just smells like someone took
No,
a
that's
dump
why
in
they
their
have the
pants because they
handkerchief
did.
in all of the
Yeah.
in all of the
that's
police
right.
shows. They always
Yeah,
put
yeah.
something over their face because they're trying
All
not to
the
smell the poop.
detective shows.
No big.
That's it. It's-
Yeah, dude, you go in. I mean, it's the most hilarious job in the world, right? Just farts, constant farts.
Yeah. I
Like,
got
this is great.
You just go in and fart first to try to match them.
To assert dominance.
Yeah, you got to go in after Taco Bell. I'm gonna go in.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the Baja Blast stuff, but that's a whole nother thing.
Oh.
bless you, dude.
Yeah, we'll have to circle back like Jen Psaki on that, because I just saw that the Midnight Blast or Midnight Baja, the new
yeah.
one.
That's what I
Yeah.
call it. when
Let's do quick like couple minutes on it. But
okay.
what
yeah,
do
I'm
you
fine
what
with
is because
that.
we covered a little bit on the last show.
This
What
is
do
a
you
Christian show.
I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that the Maui one happened right before
Maui
Maui
burst.
fires, Maui burst, yeah, and then the Baja Blast, I think, was before a hurricane, maybe. I just know that they're associated with certain events that go on. So, what's your thoughts on this new one coming out?
I think they're going to kill us with Mountain Dew. I think it's
But it
pretty
has something to
obvious.
do with midnight.
I think they're
so-
already killing people with Mountain Dew. Slowly.
That's true. Well, on the last show that we just did, we were speculating
Diarrhea. It's all has to do with Taco Bell diarrhea farts, which is hilarious.
Yeah,
in
honestly,
itself.
if that's how the world goes out, not with a whisper,
Laughing
but with
to
a
death.
fart.
Yes.
but with a diarrhea blast.
But with a diarrhea blast. You know, we were speculating that it might have something to do with the Doomsday Clock, which you still didn't look up the proper. You gave me the thing from 2023 on the previous episode. Can you actually look up what the Doomsday Clock is at now as of 2025? Because, you know, I don't know if you guys know this, but if this fictional conceptual clock strikes midnight,
2023, we were 8 minutes to midnight, meaning like
Well, they moved it back, didn't they?
Can you do that with a clock? Is that legal?
No, I mean, yeah, I heard somebody talking about that exact thing the other day about how they've never like extended
no.
the time.
this is 2025. It is now, you know, when it was 2023, do you remember how many seconds it was?
Like 30 or something.
It was 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Now we're closer than we've ever been historically.
33 seconds.
Illuminati. No, 89 seconds. So 1 second. We beat that by 1 second, which is his arbitrary movement of a second.
Took 2 years to move a second.
And move just 1 second. Yeah. 2024, humanity edged ever closer to a catastrophe. Trends that have deeply concerned the Science and Security Board continued, and despite unmistakable signs of danger, national leaders and their societies have failed to do what is needed to change the course. Consequently, we now move the Doomsday Clock from 90 seconds to 89 seconds to midnight, the closest it has ever been.
Well, that's what I think. This is what I think the Mountain Dew thing, Mountain Dew PSYOP, the new purple drink, is about. It's something to do with the bomb. Somebody had sent me something about what's happening in Iran. Apparently, I think yesterday or early this week, we did like a overnight covert bombing of another one of the facilities with that.
As we should.
As we should. Of that triangle thing that they have, Illuminati confirmed. The triangle airplane that we have.
Someone's going to screenshot that.
Whatever.
That
screenshot, whatever you want to do.
The F.
I mean,
2, 3.
we're gonna do the things. Yeah, all the things.
Yeah, you guys already did that anyway, huh? So yeah,
Yeah, all good. Whatever. We just need the money now. We've done all the signs.
I don't know which sign gets us money.
Send your checks.
But yeah, I think it has something to do with that.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be moving into some sort of Fallout stuff, and you know, stuff could be as well. So
Which, yeah. But we can big bomb some things.
That's a different.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think nukes are real?
Oh, that is a whole show in itself. Actually, not really. I just don't think they exist as described. Do we have big bombs? Yeah. But the Fallout or whatever, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, people never stopped living there. So,
Well, you know what's
what is that?
interesting? We bombed Hiroshima. Now they have cat boys. So
yeah, now they're
and you don't believe in nukes? Why are all those cat boys running around?
Japan is a weird place. They have some weird things. So maybe the radioactive.
Radioactive.
The radiation.
Yeah.
And Fukushima melted down too, right?
Maybe if you
Is
have
that another
a Geiger counter, you can
Yeah, I
see
think-
it's a radioactive.
I think that the reaction or the fallout of a nuke is not like necessarily like you grow 3 heads. I think it's like there's a section in Japan where they embrace like cholo society and activity. They have low riders. They all dress like Mexicans with face tattoos.
Tall
but they're
socks.
all- yeah, they exactly with the the button up all the way
Yeah.
to the top. They all dress like this, and I'm like, this is because we nuked them.
Yeah.
like half the place is like they're dressing like animals and furries. The other half they're Mexicans.
If
Everyone's
that's your
very
choice,
polite.
though, I would take the Mexican cholo, the chingolos.
It's interesting. I mean, it's interesting nonetheless. Like,
I like our audience. Anthony B says, Rapture is real. Feast of Trumpets, September 22nd to the 23rd. You heard it here first, guys.
Well, you know,
on Nephilim
anytime
Death Squad.
somebody sets a date, it's always correct. So, all right,
Yeah.
so mark your calendars.
Well,
got a
there's
month.
been a date selected, or at least a general date selected, which is November. I don't know if you guys have been seeing this. I guess we're just going to keep doing this show. Is that NASA has said that a large hostile craft.
Ooh,
is
Three-Eye Atlas.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm
They're
surprised
excited
we didn't
about
get
it.
to that till now. Yeah.
No, it's so funny to see it because everyone who comes to our house is like, "Have you guys seen this? The scientist Avi Loeb." I'm like, that guy all day.
Isn't it strange that they've attributed malice to this space body that they can observe so far away that it's gonna be here at number one? They're going, it's moving several trillion miles per hour, which I go, probably
okay.
not. And then they go, and when they get here, it's not happy. It's not going to be happy, and it's coming here. I mean, do you guys think that it's coming here? And if it is coming here,
No.
do you think it's happy?
No, we talked about this with my buddy last night. I think it's one of those things that we're going to forget about in 6 months and then be like, oh, yeah, I remember that Three-Eye Atlas thing they warned us about and tried to get us all fearful about.
It's something that they can easily project fear onto the masses with because we don't know anything about it. They can say that it's this many trillion miles away, which is also very close when it comes to the... Okay, we're not well versed in that science bullshit, but it doesn't sound scary to me. And if it is, it won't matter. Well, I'll be dead.
Well, and
It'll be fine.
it's funny to see
be
that
dead or slaves.
all the science is. I just said this to Nate last night too. Is it's all theories stacked on theories stacked on theories, and then they're saying this is what's true. But what they're looking at through their telescope is this little blurry pixelated dot, and they're like, "See that? It's going to be here in December.
Yeah,
It's probably
be
an alien."
afraid of it.
It's like, okay,
around Christmas time, don't even have Christmas dinner with your family. Just huddle in the basement and worry about Three-Eye Atlas.
This guy's a faggot.
Aren't you concerned that Uamamamu?
That's not how you say it.
Amaxuaxua?
Yeah, that was
Umamua.
the one that came before this one. That was
It
the
showed up
Two-Eye
in
whatever.
2017, and it was obviously a scout. That's what they told us. They said it was
Obviously.
scouting us, obviously. And now the fruits of its labor are coming to bear in November. You guys seem unconcerned.
Very.
I don't think it's gonna matter. I mean, I'll
Hey,
worry about it when I'm in an
I'm
alien
never
prison
gonna-
and they're eating my innards. I guess.
I'm never gonna
And then
worry
I'll
about
laugh
it.
about it when I die and hop out of the video game that we're in right now. I'll be like, oh, that was a crazy way to go.
Oh, I made it that many
All right,
years.
let's
Holy
put
shit.
another quarter and go again. This
We should
time
have
I
shot
want to
down
be.
Uamamamu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
No,
some
very
truth to that.
unconcerned. I figure if it comes here to destroy us, we'll find out soon enough anyway. So why worry about it? If it comes here to save us, then why worry about it? See, there's nothing to worry about, people.
I just wonder, like, if it saves us, like, what are you gonna save me from? I'm gonna die anyway.
Well, some people
From
think
all
it's-
these gene commercials,
What about
obviously.
What if it's New Jerusalem?
Yeah, they think it's
You guys think about that?
New Jerusalem is described as a city, a floating city in the sky that has
It has the-
characteristics of a rainbow. And this thing, when you see it, it's kind of like a rainbow. I don't know.
What do you think about
I
that?
guess
There's a lot of
if
things.
if it gets close enough, we can see their insignia, and it's a Star of David. Run, go to
What
Mars.
if it's a
Like, we were wrong. We were wrong.
One shows
I
up
don't
with
know,
a
man.
swastika though, and everyone's like, "Yay! They're here to save us."
Well, by the time they get here, we'll be looking for Hitler. He'll have reemerged on I guess whatever this new thing is. I'm surprised we haven't given it a name. I mean, we saw that thing. Well, what is it? Three-Eye Atlas.
It's Atlas.
Atlas. That's interesting. Three-Eye Atlas. I wonder if there's some.
Yeah,
So Atlas is the.
there's got to
the
be something to
Nephilim.
the name because they keep
Yeah, 'cause
saying
in-
it.
Uamamu. That means scout.
Mm-hmm.
So they named it right off the bat. They were like, "You see that thing right there? That thing we're gonna call it Scout, but we're gonna call it in
Hawaiian or whatever it is.
What's the actual terminology for Hawaiians? They're Polynesians, right? So we're gonna name it that in Polynese, and and they decided that immediately, and then this one we've
That's
given
not the word.
Polynese.
That's all right.
Yeah. Well,
Polynesian.
Well, this is
Polynesian.
Atlas. Atlas is the guy that carries the world on his back. He's like
Yeah.
half man, half god that carries the. He holds the world on his back. So I don't necessarily know why, or what they're trying to symbolize with that. I'm sure it's just more nonsense.
I don't know, man. I'm worried.
That's almost one of the only things I'm sure of these days is it's a lot of nonsense. I'm usually
Yeah.
right too on that.
Well, the joke's going to be back on you come November, and you know,
I hope so.
we'd like to have you guys on as we get lasered to death.
Let's do
and
it.
We'll live
The
stream it.
entire show
Yeah.
will just be, well, how could you guys have steered us so wrong? And may God have mercy on your souls.
I like it. No, we'll get you guys
That'd be
back
a
on
great
soon
way
too.
to end the show. I like that.
Yeah, in the next month or so, we can kind of see if there's any, new things with 3i Atlas or any of these other things. I'm sure there's going to be like 10 things that happen in the next month that people are going to be talking about. We can just pick one and run with it.
We should do our next Planet Retard with them.
I'm bringing Mike in next time.
Oh, thanks. That's high praise. She's like, these guys seem retarded.
Idiots on.
No, that's a fun show.
Planet
There's
Retard is the show that
pressure.
we have guests on that show, and you look up the craziest news articles you can find, and then just talk about them on the show, and it can be anything.
Pro tip: they're not hard to find.
No, and a lot of them are written by AI. But Joe, what was the one you picked? It was like a camel beauty pageant that they had in some Middle Eastern country.
That
We
was
talked
true,
about
though.
that. Yeah, no, it was real. It was a real thing, I think.
Real?
I don't know. It looked pretty real, okay? No, it's just, we just have a good time and just talk about these articles and either, rip them to shreds or pretend they're totally true.
Well,
And then live my life
designates a good
accordingly.
Camel?
What makes a beautiful camel?
The
It's
humps.
the lips. It's the lips.
The humps.
It's all the lips.
Is it the lips?
The lovely
No,
lady
'cause
lumps.
It's crazy. I've got to end the episode, but I mean, like,
But no, please. What?
no, because I always wonder when they look
yeah.
at the dogs, like they're like, that dog's hot. Like there's something about my dog's beautiful. He's like a purebred, right?
But somebody with the correct eye would go
Not hot.
disgusting.
That dog.
Or they go, no, dude, definitely hot.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I'd fuck that dog.
That's a symmetrically faced dog.
Is it? Maybe it's
Symmetrical.
the symmetry. If you look at the
Something.
camel and you go, that camel looks a lot like Jay-Z.
It always perplexed me. Like I understand the agility. They'd be like, this dog was the fastest, right?
Oh yeah, that's
But this
obvious.
dog was. They like this one.
This is the most fuckkable dog.
No, I don't know if it's about the sexual proclivity of the dog. It's something
This
about
dog-
it.
this
that-
dog has
This
great
dog
genes.
has great genes.
All right, that's it. That's it.
There it is.
That's it. Where can they find
Where
you?
can they find you for more
Jeez.
singers?
Literally anywhere. Google legit bat. You don't need a link, you lazy fucks. Just Google it yourself, okay? You
I
pores.
love it.
Wow.
It might be on here. It might be at the link below, or it just might be wherever.
Guys, thank you for joining us on our Christian show.
Oh yes.
We're
God bless and keep
honestly,
you, and
Thank
let
you.
His light shine
Hail
upon
Mary
you, my
or
brothers.
whatever.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We're trying. We're trying. Guys, until tomorrow, don't forget to obey, submit, and comply. We'll see you.
The greatest hypnotist on planet Earth is a oblong box in the corner of the room. It is constantly telling us what to believe is real.
You can persuade them that what they see with their eyes is what there is to see.